have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
Talk about being in a fog. This is going to have to be the way you guys see me just for a few seconds here. I always try to catch the action as soon as I come out for the day. We had I had some a video clip there of the other day of something that was going on. I don't remember what it was, but for the most part, we've been home now for quite a few days, and it's time for RV Daydream. What you doing? And right now, I'm enjoying the weather. It's getting ready to storm, but we brought that tropical climate back to Ohio. Quite honestly, though, Ohio's been very, very warm. I think we are on average for the month of July 3.8 degrees or 2.8 degrees maybe, higher than average. The reason that the camera's fogging up is because it's like, I don't know, 70 degrees in the house, but out here it is 89 degrees and it's 64% humidity, but it's a beautiful day out. I got to finish out this review that I'm doing, which you guys may have already seen by now. I don't know. I did have, full disclosure, a little bit of a problem, so that'll be on the video. That's why I've got something here that held me up from finishing the review prior. But let's go ahead and go out to the truck, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit. First of all, everything performed fine on the RV. Coming back, of course, we didn't have any meat or anything in that freezer refrigerator in the back. A lot of good suggestions. I'm not sure who it was that suggested it. I told him that was a good idea, and I kind of thought about it at one point, and it just kind of went to the wayside. The suggestion was that maybe we should actually put a separate charge or separate wiring to charge the RV as we drive down the road. I could do that. And the reason I had mentioned a DC to DC converter was because in the future, if we decide to go to lithium-ion batteries, if you guys don't know, if I had 4 lithium-ion batteries and I hooked them up to my truck's charging system, it will ask a lot. It'll say, come on, give it to us. Give us some power. Unlike the batteries that are underneath the hood, they offer some resistance to being recharged. And the voltage regulator that's built into the alternators, which we have 2 alternators, the voltage regulators kind of control that to some extent, sensing what the batteries are asking for. So if I have cables that are running from the truck, especially the charging system, direct to the lithium-ion batteries, and I go ahead and start my truck up, well, that voltage regulator is not going to sense really any, resistance to being charged or recharged from those lithium-ion batteries, and it'll just take whatever they can give. The problem with that is the alternators are only designed to put out a certain rate as far as their build, and things will get hot and burn up. And the last thing I want to do is burn out 2 of those, 2 alternators on the truck. So anyways, that's where a DC to DC converter comes into play. It controls all that. Was real happy with the trip overall, and can't wait for our next one, that's for sure. And really enjoyed all our time with everybody that we were staying with. Herbie and Mary, they have the channel Red Jaguar 100 or Red Jaguar Travels or RG 100. He's got a bunch of different names. I'm not sure if his channel's up and running yet, but soon, I'm sure. Herbie, it was a great time. And then Marcus and Michelle of Mark's Adventures, and he's got a channel. Go check him out. They went on to a couple other campsites after they left Myrtle Beach there, as did we. We were just a little bit more straight line back to home because they had a little bit more time available than we did. Heidi, of course, had to get back to work. And then Jay and Pat Hetty, they they came all the way down. I guess they do trips down south anyways, but they heard that we were going to be there, and they bought a Rockwood. They bought the Rockwood 2608 BS. If you guys remember when we bought our Rockwood, it was the next one that we looked at. If you want to go back and check out that video, and we considered that one a lot. We really considered that one, but we're happy with what we have. But it was nice to see that his Rockwood pulled in, and we didn't actually know it was him at the time. And I told Heidi, I said, hey, here comes another Rockwood. I said, well, we've hardly seen it. And there's hardly any Rockwoods. I'm not sure. Why do you guys think that is? I want you guys to put your thoughts down below. Why do you think that there's not a lot of Rockwoods in these campgrounds that we've gone to? I mean, honestly, I don't see very many. I mean, we see campers go past our house all the time. Coachman Freedom Express, Catalinas to some extent, Jayco's, we see a lot of Jayco's, and we see a lot of Forest River product overall. I can't even recall seeing another Rockwood, but maybe once that went by the house, and I think it was a mini light. But Rockwoods in general, is it just they're not a popular one? Is that what the deal is? I'm not sure, but it seemed odd that we didn't see any down there. We also have some stuff that we need to do as far as our yard sale. That's going to be interesting. We've already kind of, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, it's called no engine brake. I wish the drivers had to take a reading test to be able to drive a truck, but apparently not. So anyways, this board here represents where one of the legs of our canopy is going to go, and then that board out there. And then of course we'll have our awning out on our RV. That way most of the stuff will be kept in shade and under cover of some kind. Again, our I don't know, our yard sales do pretty good. Our traffic flow is pretty good at this location. I really wish somebody, you know, if you guys know, that maybe just stumbled on this, if you know of anybody that's looking for property in the area and they have a business that requires frontage, you know, traffic flow of any kind, they need to come down and look at the property, because I cannot express enough how much success we have putting stuff out for sale in this area. The traffic flow is just incredible. But the way our property is here, as these people are coming down the hill, they are putting on their brake to either slow down or stop for this traffic light. So the fact that they already have their foot on the brake, it's not a big deal for them to be able to just go ahead and continue to brake or push the brake a little harder to stop for our yard sale or whatever I have for sale out in the yard. The other thing is there's nothing to look at. There's just nothing there. It's typically boring drive, and across the street's just a big empty field. So other than this traffic light, if I stand here in the front yard, people will look over. That's all there is to it. Now going up the road, that's a different story. We don't normally get a lot of people that turn in that way. But coming down this hill, you could see, if I have a for sale sign sitting right here, look how long that person is seeing something bright and yellow in the front yard, or yellow and red. And then when they go by the house, I don't know if you're going to be able to see their faces, but watch, they'll stare right over here and look at what I'm doing. How many of you know of any front yards that you can be standing in and people are just going to stare at whatever's going on? It's because there's nothing else going on in this area. See? Staring. It's like that every single time, no matter what it is. If I'm on my mower, everybody knows where I'm at. Everybody knows what I'm doing. And it all has to do with this traffic and the way our stuff's set up. So as far as all these years that I sold outdoor power equipment, I would line up mowers out here on the side yard, and I also line up mowers in the front yard here, and I would have tons of people pull in. That's why the turnaround got bigger and bigger over the years, and why my business kept on doing more and more money. So that's one of the things I want you guys to share with your friends. If anybody's interested in Northeast Ohio as a place to stay, a place to live, and they're wanting to start a business or do a business of any kind, easy. This place is an easy place to do good business. All right, let me get back to work before it rains. I had to close up the porch a little bit so I don't get caught with my pants down. Nope, windows down. Actually, windows up. So back to work. We'll pick this up another time. Well, in true RV Daydream What You Doing fashion, you can see there's a storm coming. So I thought I'd jump out here and show you the weather. But we kind of need it. I don't know if you can tell, but our grass is really brown. I mean, the thing is, everybody comments that are from other parts of the country, wow, I can't believe how green your grass is, or you know, how green the foliage is. And that is true. Most of the time it is green, but our stuff is not, let me think, it's not hardy. It can't handle a lot of heat. It needs water. It's not a hardy thing. As I walk out here in my bare feet, and it's been pretty brutal. You can see a couple brown spots there. I have a nice green spot out there. I think it's part of where our leach line goes. But if you look off in the distance, these storms have been kind of moving their way and forming as they're getting closer. So it'll be nice. We'll get some water in here and hopefully take some of these brown spots and make them back to the point where they were, and that is a nice lush green. Well, the wind's starting to pick up. Look at that, blowing all those red tops off of the Heidi's bottle or brush. Bottle brush bush. I don't know what you would call it. It's a bottle brush. I can't remember what she calls it. Wow, look at that. Looks like red snow. Tumbleweeds, they're hitting me. I'm hiding behind the door. Maybe I should put you guys behind the door so you can hear me a little better, huh? The for sale signs are holding up. The ground's so hard out there, I could barely get that sign back in the ground. It feels really good. The breeze feels extremely good. Think about how fast the wind's blowing up there for those clouds to be moving at that speed. That is a pretty good clip. As this tractor's trying to get home before it rains on him. We do live in farmland. Alright, I'm closing this out. It's just the stinking storm. How entertaining is that, right? Yay! Yay! What's yay? Why would you even say yay? You guys don't know, but here, well, let me show you. I have a action cam that I've been using forever, for quite a few years now. And this is the display. This is what I'm looking at whenever I'm talking to you guys a lot of time, or I'm trying to line up the shot. And it just clips onto the camera. Sorry about the click there. However, this is the one I've had for all this time. The button wore out. The on-off button, I've done, you know, hit it so many times that it wore out. So I got to buy a new one, and it's so nice. I just get to push the button, and it just comes right on. I don't have to jam it and get a pen and stab it and do all kinds of stuff to get it started. What you doing? That's an update here. That's what I'm doing. So what you doing? Editing videos for you guys. I'm putting up videos. I'm posting a bunch. I got some reviews that I did. But I did want to talk about a couple of things. Heidi's at work. She's doing her thing. And I'm trying to catch up on the video editing. You know, I was posting those videos and scheduling them out for you guys to see what we were doing there. I mean, I hope that wasn't a big mystery, that obviously we had already come back from our trip. But normally what I do, you guys know, I try to post the videos right away. I did that during our Florida trip. I posted them really quick because we were in a vacation mode and we were there with, you know, other viewers, other subscribers. I didn't want to have the camera out doing all this and capturing everything and spending hours on end inside, you know, the RV doing video capturing and editing, or I should say editing and producing and uploading. And that's something we have to address in the future too. That's going to be a big deal for us, trying to find the right way to connect to the internet. Speaking of which, you guys know that I have an RV Drive X or Drive RV X or something like that from WeBoost, and I made my own antenna. I basically, set up and made a Yagi style directional antenna to go on the back of the RV. It looked kind of cheesy. I didn't mind it with the old RV because the old RV was all about making the old stuff work. But the new RV, it just looked a little tacky, and I'm kind of concerned going into these 1,000 Trails park, because some of the 1,000 Trail parks, or I should say, like the Encore system, the Encore resorts, they have some rules. I mean, you can't just, for example, I don't think that you're allowed to string up a clothesline of any kind and hang out clothes to dry. So there's something. I mean, we've done that in the past. And I get it. I understand why. You're not allowed to have any blue tarps. I think I talked about that before. No blue tarps. No blue tarp anywhere to be seen. It doesn't make a difference if you're trying to cover up your firewood or whatever. They're saying no blue tarps because people are putting them on their campers, and I don't know what else. So, and you can get an idea. If I can find the picture, I'll insert it here. Even at the Pirate Land, I mean, there was some stuff going on there that if you let it happen, it could happen at other parks. And it is an eyesore to some extent, but, to each their own. They're just out there doing what they can. And we signed up for basically this homeowner association of 1,000 Trails. I mean, we basically said, okay, we'll follow the rules. So I went ahead and got a WeBoost, the RV 65 or 65 RV, the one that comes with its own mast, expanding mast with a directional antenna. It's a little bit better looking. It's nicer looking than what I had. I'll have to figure out where to hook that up. But also, I was running into some problems the other day. Let me show you the mess we got going on. I know. Oh no, not in the basement again. It is messy down there. I was sitting on the porch relaxing while these videos uploaded. I don't know if you can see, here's some hard drive information here. This MyBook Duo. And look at these boxes. Now, some of these aren't mine, obviously. The Fender and this here. I have so many boxes because we've always saved every box for anything that we might think we're going to be selling later. You can see we got this all cleaned out. We have the plumbers coming in about 4 days, and they're going to, I bought this thing here. They're going to put in knock it out, put a pipe in, and then run our gray water, from over there. They're going to run it all over and into the pipe. I haven't seen the basement like this ever. The reason is because there used to be a curtain rod that ran across the top here, and her grandparents had a curtain that ran the whole length all the way around. Well, when we first moved in, we just started throwing stuff inside here. I mean, all kinds of stuff, just whatever. I mean, and of course, that was a long time ago. Then, when we took down the curtain, there was stuff there. So this is the first time I've ever seen it without stuff. Heidi was doing all this work. My power went out on these lights here. There's that fluorescent light. And there's another one over here. So I've got to, unfortunately, I bought a new ballast resistor. I think the ballast resistor went out on that one over there. We'll go ahead and replace it. But boxes were an issue. I know a lot of you are probably asking, well, why do you need to keep the box? People will buy it without the box. When I sell stuff, people have a tendency to look at things differently if it looks like it's new in the box, even though it's not, and I don't ever advertise it new in the box. Not only that, but if I have something that I'm selling and I'm trying to sell and I can't sell it locally, well, I have a box. I can sell it on eBay if I really wanted to. If I don't have a box, now I got to figure out a way to ship it. RVDaydream, what you doing? Another day. We've had all that rain and it's beautiful today. So we're coming out here to see what kind of progress is going on. Where'd you find that shirt? Oh, there's coveralls.
I just put them under my bed.
Oh yeah. Well, they're permanent press.
Yeah, I thought I was going to wear them at the meat harvest.
Oh yeah, that's right. So he's getting all packed up because he's getting ready to head out here. We did some wiring the other day. And the wiring's pretty simple. Basically, this fan was hooked up to the battery. Remember, this fan has two batteries underneath the hood. The primary starting battery, and then he has another battery that runs what used to run all the stuff in the back. And that battery gets charged after the primary battery gets charged. And it did fine, but then we added these deep cycle batteries here. There's two AGM batteries in here that runs this refrigerator freezer, which you don't have any food in there, huh?
No.
Okay.
It's only long.
But this fan was still hooked up to the automotive battery, and there's been times where it only makes sense that if the solar's running, which we have solar back there now. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's just 170 watts. He could run that fan off of those dual batteries and, you know, be in a better shape, because at least he's getting some recharge from the solar that's going on there. The wiring was basically us just needing to get that fan connected to those two batteries. So he's looking pretty good in here. He's got it pretty organized. He bought some totes. You don't know how long he's going to be gone. I have a feeling that he might come back on his way back from, I think he's going to Michigan. He's going to be in Michigan for a while, and then he's heading to New Jersey, which I know that seems kind of backwards for you guys, but his plans are dated, so he has certain times that he needs to be in certain places. And in this case, New York is the or New Jersey is the secondary that he needs to be at. I'm gonna clean off his lens there for his camera. Michigan needs to be happening faster. Oh, he put his cable in the wrong place, his cable support. Maybe I'll fix that for him so it don't look so bad. Yeah, he's heading out. Always get jealous whenever he starts heading out. It's like, darn, it could have been us one day. All right, I gotta go back to work. I'm editing videos for you, which you guys have already seen on the surge protectors. Go check that out if you're in the market for a surge protector. This thing's awesome, but it might be more than what you need. Like I mentioned in the campground video, or in that video about campgrounds, if you're just going to certain campgrounds over and over and over again, you can buy something like this. This is an entry-level surge protector. It does the job. That one's for low voltage, and it shuts itself off automatically, and it restarts itself. You know, there's all kinds of stuff that one does, but you may not need that. So, as of right now, countdown for Heidi. 4. That's not even including today, or that is including today. So when her shift is over today, she comes home. I always do the same thing. I say, hey honey. She goes, what? I say 3. And she goes, what's 3? I said 3 more days. That's it. She's got 3 more days and then she's retired. So we got a lot of stuff to do. Tomorrow we have some septic guys coming, or some plumbing guys coming. They're going to be replumbing our gray water. So that'll be interesting. Can't wait for that. We'll see how long it takes then for the septic to get looked at or approved. Or, man, I hope our septic gets approved. I mean, we have no control over it. Either it passes or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, that immediately means we're spending at least $7,000 and upwards of $11,000. That's a hefty chunk of dink. There he goes on his quest of van dwelling, I guess you could say. Yeah, he was ready to get out of here, but he wanted to make sure his grandma was okay, so. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, people do that all the time. They shoot down the turn lane and they pass cars that are, you know, wanting to turn themselves, but they're waiting their turn. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to ever miss all the crap that goes on out there as far as the... But, well, actually, I can't say that because it also is entertainment. It's free entertainment. Heidi and I, for 20 years, have been sitting on this porch in various ways. Used to be this porch was not enclosed. Used to be that it was all open. It was just some wrought iron, you know, things holding the awning. And our chairs were just some folding lawn chairs. And so we've been sitting here, like I said, watching traffic, and it's free entertainment, but time to move on. I'm closing this day out most likely. But I know one thing for sure. Heidi now has 3 days. There's the other thing I'm not going to miss, ever. Alright, new day with What You Doing. And What You Doing is not as much what I'm doing, it's what somebody else is doing. But let's talk about it because this is part of the whole downsizing and potentially getting your house ready for sale. Yeah. So, it's morning. Heidi's at work. Her day count is, including today, 3. So after today, she's only got 2 more days of work, and then she's officially retired. But I wanted to show you this quote, then we'll go downstairs and I'll show you some stuff. All right, so basically what you're looking at here is a quote from the plumbing company back on July 22nd to do work. And today is like August the 4th. So they came out, this guy Brent, who I don't know who he is, but he must be, you know, pretty decent. I don't know. He's the guy that does all the estimates. And he says, we're pleased to announce you a quote of $1,800, $1,860 to be exact, to provide labor and material to install this pump, this drain pump system in the basement for wastewater from the laundry tub. So we've never seen the basement like this because once we moved in initially, you know, there was, first of all, this sanitation tub was an old tub and there was a big cabinet here and all kinds of stuff. The washer and dryer was non-existent, or there was one, but it was really junky. The hot water tank was old. It's from the 70s. And I've replaced the water softener salt holding tank a while ago. I've changed a lot of stuff in here as far as like the plumbing for the sump. I've added rigidity to it. It changed the pump, the way it's designed. The pump they were using was different. But anyways, basically what they're doing is they got to take the kitchen sink, which currently just drains out this pipe, goes over here to the wall, and you can see here where water's been slowly protruding in. And it's not very, it varies. Like right now, there's a little bit of water here because Heidi sprayed this down with bleach. She was concerned that some of that black might be mold, which I don't think it is. We've got down there and looked at it, and I don't believe that it is. I think it's actually some rust from this to some extent. Anyways, getting back. This is the line that comes from the sump pump that goes to the ditch. It goes across and then out. This is the line for the kitchen sink, which I had to add these on when we first moved in because this was leaking. It was leaking here. So that's when I put these on. So they're going to cap this off or make this a clean out. I don't know, but they're going to get rid of this pipe. And then if you look here, this is where the dishwasher comes down. You can see some funky stuff going on here. This is actually a gas line for the stove. And the gas line that goes right here for what used to be a stove. There used to be a stove down here. Heidi's grandma used to bake cookies in the winter down here. They used it kind of as an extra stove for cooking for the holidays and other family events, but it also kind of heated this area in the winter, so it kind of doubled. Now, we had a furnace here. We got rid of the stove, and we had a little furnace here, and it heated the basement nicely. And there's a place down there that we actually had a furnace for a while, too. Anyways, the dishwasher discharge line comes down, goes down this pipe, goes down that pipe, and then into the sump pump. Of course, like I said, the sink, that's gravity straight to the drain. This goes to the sump pump. We have a drain line for the sanitation tub. That goes over to the sump pump. And then you can see the washing machine discharge. You can see that goes into that black T. That ties into the dishwasher drain that goes into the sump pump. And then this is for the shower downstairs. This one here.
it goes right into the sump pump, or it kind of empties out there off to the side. Then you have some other drain lines. One's for the discharge for the cleaning, the recycling of the softener, that goes in there. The other one's a condensation pipe for the air conditioner and the furnace, that goes in there. Those are okay, those can stay there. But like I said, all these other lines need to go for the inspection. So they need to take basically, and all these lines that are coming from upstairs, they want to gravity feed the dishwasher and the sink. They want to make that a gravity line that goes all the way over here. Keep on following it. All the way over, and then all the way over. And then I bought this big bushing, and they're going to put it in the clean out. And I think they're going to extend the clean out, then make it to where I still have a clean out, but that's what they want to do. All right, so it's later in the evening, and we've got the plumbing done. Heidi's home, and we got music playing, so hopefully this doesn't cause any problems. But we just had a house showing. Actually, we had 2 house showings. This is amongst our many house showings that we've had, and I think it's a little bit difficult for people to see what they're buying when all of our stuff is in here still. So we need to get rid of it. Everybody say hi to Heidi, and she's on day number what? Uno. So one more day. But yeah, what we do is we stage the house, we turn on all the lights, we make it nice and cool in the house so they know the air conditioner works, and then the music playing, just, I don't know, ambiance. But you can see we've got
garage sale stuff everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere's garage sale stuff. This is what our son's room looked like. Let me flip you guys around. The mattress and box springs, Heidi gave that away. Of course, you're not really supposed to sell those, so she gave them away. Our son's got most of his stuff packed. If we sell the house, we're already been instructed just to take all this stuff and bring it over to our daughter's house. I don't know how Mercedes gonna feel like that. Mercedes, you watching? But we should be getting rid of a lot of this stuff. The bed that we hardly sleep in anymore because we stay out in the camper. I should shut off the music though. Alexa, stop music, so we don't get a music copyright. Alexa, turn off all lights. The other thing I gotta do is, Alexa, turn on stick light. Make sure I got that right there. Alexa, set the temperature to 70 degrees.
The AC is set to 70.
Okay, Alexa, turn off stick light. So, I'm getting rid of this because it's not portable, because it needs to be plugged in, although it works really great. So getting back to a couple things. First of all, we got the Connect RV65. I'll do a video of that later whenever I get a chance. Hey, did you pick up that monitor light, LED light box?
I did.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, because it was laying down. So let's show you the plumbing. How exciting, huh? So the basement's still a disaster, but we got it kind of straightened out. Shut off these lights. There's a canopy we'll be using for the thing for the yard, one of the yard sales. Yeah, probably go out that way. But here's the plumbing. He got it all finished. You can see here's the washing machine now goes into this big tube that's mounted to the wall. Comes over here, empties into this tub. This tub goes into the what they call a laundry lift or laundry tank or laundry sump. This is per code. It's got to have this vent, and then this comes up here and ties into the sink, and it's all down here, downhill from here, and goes over to the clean out. So as far as our plumbing, Heidi and I need to fill out the paperwork, submit the amount of money that's needed for them to come out and do an inspection. We have to cut these lines. I don't know if I told you this, but we got to cut these lines and cap them, and then get rid of the drain going to the shower and remove the shower. Once the shower is removed, we're good. we're golden. He can come out and do his inspection. Oh, we don't need all these lights on down here either. I forgot about that. So the rest of the lights shut off with a switch. So let's go out here because I gotta shut off the lights in the garage. Of course, we unlocked the garage or the shed for them so they can see what it looks like inside there. Some people get excited about that. I'm not one of them, but you know what? Maybe I would have at one point, though. So, bad news is the fluorescent light burned out or whatever in here. I don't know what happened. The turkey's being quiet. The grass isn't mowed over there. How nice. Oh, there he is. She loves that. Okay, here, Heidi, take the camera and talk about your last day of work.
Tomorrow is my last day. I'm retiring tomorrow. I'm pretty excited. Nervous, scared, excited.
I don't know why you're nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Anxious.
Relieved.
Just been doing it for 20-some years, so you don't know any different.
1 month shy of 23.
So you quit your job, and all of a sudden we're inundated with cost and expenses, and we don't have enough money coming in. What's the worst that happens?
I gotta get a job.
Yeah, big deal. Big deal. I mean, I'd have to go get another job.
But anyway, so that was another episode of This Old House.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the other thing that's another episode of This Old House.
This old garage.
No, not this old garage. How about this new truck having this old bolt in this new tire? Yeah, check this out. I had to come out earlier today and freaking this thing was flat. I mean, it's going low again. I marked the outside of the tire so I know where it is, but there's the bolt. So we got to go do that maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Heidi will do it tomorrow. Yeah, right. So the garage is hot. Feel it.
It feels good because it's cool outside and we're used to the heat.
Yeah.
So when it gets cold, I get goosebumps.
Yeah. So these are some of the canopies that I'll start putting up tomorrow, most likely, after I get the tire fixed. And then we have to go over to Warren and get another canopy.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be putting these up first and seeing if we have
We've got more
to need another
tables.
canopy,
Yeah.
right?
We have a lot of stuff.
We do have a lot of stuff. We do.
We kind of want to organize it too.
I don't. I just want it out and priced.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't mind one area, one tent, one whatever, to have the stuff, higher dollar stuff, electronics and stuff like that, so that don't walk away. We know if somebody's in that area that we need to pay attention a little bit more of what's happening. But others, as long as it can get rained on, the rain covers it. I don't know.
I say in 3 or 4 days we'll have the sale going.
Yeah, and
because we can bring stuff out every day.
Yeah, and Heidi's off.
Right.
So it's not like we have to.
All we need is the tables and the tents set up, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, we'll just keep on bringing stuff out until it's all gone, hopefully.
Yeah.
And we got a little bit of stuff to sell. There's a lot of stuff. It's kind of sad that I don't want to sell, but might as well. The little buffer, the big buffer.
Yeah.
All the buffing bonnets.
We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Just
of course, I was buying clearance stuff too.
The ladder.
Yeah.
Let them.
Yeah. That's
this
true.
ladder.
Yep.
I mean, all the tools that we have. Oh no, we're giving Matt and Mercedes all our gardening tools.
Yeah, they need them.
Yeah, they don't have any.
So yeah, we got lots of stuff to sell and get rid of, and I think
if you're
that
in the area, come on down. Junior Samples Used Cars, BR549. And there's something too, which we're not going to do right now, but once we as soon as we hear the house is selling, then Heidi's car's got to sell. It doesn't have to. We could park it somewhere at her brother's. We could park it at your brother's and it'd be fine.
I could park it at my mom's too.
Or at your mom's.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'd be fine. There'd be no issue, but yeah. We got a lot of stuff to think about here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of junk. I still got to clear out those cabinets. Still got to clear out all these rafters up here. I don't even know what's up there anymore.
Well, we got lots of tarps. We have a whole box full of tarps.
And, there's a bunch of stuff that people would love to have, like those chains. I mean, they are some high quality chains. Some of them, it's from Chrysler stamping plant, so they're really, really good. They're I don't know, they're high quality chains, and they're big and they're heavy and they're long. And there's some of them that are older that I love to have. I used them all around pulling trees with the tractor and pulling cars with it, doing everything. So yeah, we got to put all this stuff out there. Now I think for all the nuts and bolts and all that crap, I think that's all going to Matt too, right?
Well, he already got the baby jar stuff. He already gave those to him.
Oh, and when my air compressor kicked on today, it was nice. The watchdog shut off and went to red and showed low voltage. And that's exactly what happens when you turn on that air compressor. That
thing is monstrous.
Yeah, that is big. I mean, my hands aren't small, and look at this. I can't even cover the whole thing.
Holy cow.
But the face went red. It disconnected the power to the RV because it was low voltage. I got a code. I had the app on. My phone buzzed and put a notification to open the app, and it said what was going on. And then within, I don't know how, I don't even think a minute. Yeah, maybe a minute. A minute had gone by, and then it kicked back on again because the air compressor had already started running.
You can throw that shirt away.
Yeah, this is just a work shirt.
Really?
It's because all of my man cabbage there was poking its way through, and it just ripped the shirt.
Oh my God.
Poof.
Give me a break.
All right, so we want to give you an update. That's RV Daydream, what you doing? And I think we're going to make this. Come on. I think we're going to make this the end of the video. What do you think? Because I got a lot of footage that I need to chop up and get up.
Yeah.
Choppa.
It'll be a big old cluster in the next few days.
I got to sell my ramps too.
Yeah, you definitely won't work for the new truck.
Oh my God, so much money was made for those boards right there. Lots of money.
Yep.
Mowers up and down those things so many times. All right, enough nostalgia. Close it out, woman.
As always, we hope to see you out there. Bye.
Bye.